of the Lost Child by Elena Ferrante, translated by Anne Goldstein and dramatised for radio by Timberlake Wertenbaker, starring Monica Dolan as Lena and Anastasia Hilly as Lila. Episode 1.
I never forgot your threats. That terrible morning we saw Gigliola's body, lying on the grass, one shoe off, the other encased in an old grey wool stocking with a hole in the toe. That fat woman lying on the ground with those enormous swollen ankles was our childhood friend. She had once been the beautiful daughter of the famous pastry maker of the Solara bar, who had later been married to Michaela Solara and brought up their children. Gigliola was so beautiful.
All right. Write about her if you want, but write about whoever you want, but don't you dare write about me. I've got my eye on you. I'll come and look in your computer. I'll read your files. I'll erase them. I'll change them.
I didn't want to believe you, but now I wonder. Have you managed to insert yourself into this chain of words? Are you modifying my words and sentences at this very moment? Can you supply the missing links? I long for this intrusion. I've hoped for it ever since I began to tell our story. Lila, where are you now? How can I find you?
I'm not suitable for any of your stories, Lena. Forget it. You can't tell the story of an erasure.
Are you saying that to be an adult is to disappear?
I'm saying that if you want to find me, you'll have to pass through yourself.
You know, this is the most painful part of our story, Lila. How can I find the balance between you and me?
You didn't try very hard after I told you you were an idiot to leave your husband for Nino. You hardly spoke to me for 3 years.
You said I was harming my children.
Weren't you?
Those first days with Nino were intoxicating.
I wanted my son Gennaro to grow up like your husband, Pietro.
I'd only been out of Italy once, when I went to Paris with my first boyfriend, Franco Mari. As soon as I arrived in Montpellier with Nino, I felt my boundaries had burst. I saw how restrictive life as a 32-year-old wife and mother of 2 girls had been.
And you thought of my life. I'd never even been out of Naples. And what you'd always considered my advantages now seemed to you signs of mental limitation.
The days in Montpellier flew by. We mixed with academics from all over the world, and I watched Nino converse brilliantly in excellent English and passable French. He charmed everyone. How different he was from the student in Naples, and even from the youth who had defended me when my first book came under attack. Now he was even invited to the table of a big-name American academic. I wasn't asked to join, and I sat alone at a table with the younger scholars. An elegant young woman with short black hair had befriended me.
My name is Colombe.
Lena.
And this is my husband, Augustin.
Enchanté.
Hello.
We live in Paris. We have seen you with that very intelligent young man, Nino Saratoe.
Sorry. Ah, here he is.
Nino.
I had to do that. Oh, I'm glad the conference is almost over. Most of the speakers are so boring.
Yes, the tediousness of the specialist, huh? On and on they go.
Who was that Dutch one?
Oh.
His glasses kept slipping down, and remember when he lost his place in his text and he kept repeating the same thing? Where do you two go after this?
Home. Back to Italy.
Oh, why don't you come to Paris with us?
We can't.
Why not? I have a publisher in Nanterre, and she's often asked me to come and see her.
Oh, you do something. You are a writer. We did not know you were a writer. Bravo. But of course you must go to see her. It's very important in France to talk to the right people. We leave tomorrow after lunch, yes?
I'm not sure.
Oh, it's only a few more days.
It would give us pleasant company.
Hello?
Pietro, it's me. Lena, it's Lena.
What do you want?
Tell me about the children.
sleeping.
How are they?
What is it to you?
They're my children, Pietro.
You left them.
Tell them I'll be home in a few days.
They told my mother they don't want to be your children anymore.
You spoken to Adele?
She's here. I asked her to come and help.
Why? I'll be home in a few days.
Don't bother. Neither I nor my children want to see you again.
Same old academics.
Nino?
I know.
Nino?
I'll ring you when I have a chance. Lena, I didn't hear you knocking.
You were talking to someone on the phone.
Yes, to a colleague.
It's midnight. It sounded as if you were talking to your wife.
Why would I do that?
I've left my children for you, and you continue talking to your wife every night.
Calm down. Of course I don't.
Then why are you so keen to return?
Listen, Lena, I agreed to go to Paris with you, didn't I?
It's because you fancy Cologne.
How can I fancy Colombe or any other woman when I love only you?
The children don't want to see me. I don't know what will happen. Nino, help me. What are we going to do? In Nanterre, the publisher praised my book and showed me some excellent reviews. I should have been excited, pleased, but it was as if Nino's love for me and my love for him made everything else secondary, even the success I'd once so craved. We returned to Rome a few days later, and he went on to Naples. I left for Florence. Dede! Elsa! Mama's back! Oh, Adele.
Lena?
Hello. Pietro told me he'd asked you to come.
Someone has to look after your children, my dear, and my son's very busy. They're out at the moment. I'm sure they'll be quite pleased to see you. I hear your book's going well in France.
I've had great reviews.
I'm not surprised. I'm sure the book will soon get the attention it deserves in Italy. You're a very intelligent woman, Lena, and you've used your education well, but let me advise you to be careful. You're married to an erotta, and until now, you've been under the protection of our family.
Adele, I am grateful for all the erottas have done for me, but it's been very difficult to live with your son.
All men are difficult to live with.
With him, believe me, it's been especially difficult.
And you think it will go better with Nino?
Yes, I'm sure of that.
I've made some inquiries. The talk about him in Milan is very nasty.
I'm not interested in what they say about him in Milan. I've loved him for 20 years and I know him better than anyone else. Spare me any gossip. I love him.
How you like saying those words.
Why shouldn't I like saying I love him?
Of course. It's pointless to try to open the eyes of someone in love. Oh, I hear the girls.
I'm going. Oh, Mama, please don't go.
But I did. Nino called and asked me to come to Naples. I packed my suitcase with elegant underwear and stylish dresses.
I see. Will you be back for Christmas at least?
Of course.
You're a horrible mother. I hate Mama.
Don't say that.
Wait, Mama. I didn't mean that. Don't go. Please don't go.
I'll be back in a few days. It's only a few days.
Mama!
Nino.
Darling. At last.
I'm so happy to see you.
I've booked us a hotel nearby.
Where are you living now?
Near the Duomo, with a university colleague. It's not easy.
Pietro won't talk to me.
Well, at least you still have a home.
What are we going to do?
We'll find a way. Lena, Lila called.
I don't want to see her.
Well, we're meeting her at 11 tomorrow morning.
So you've been in touch with her all the time and never told me? You've been seeing each other?
No, absolutely not. I swear I haven't seen her since 1963.
How does she know I'm here then?
She found out through your mother.
You know her child Gennaro isn't yours.
She told me this morning.
And you were never curious before?
It's my problem. There's no need for us to discuss it.
But there is. Your problems are my problems now. We have a lot to talk about. I didn't leave my children screaming after me to waste my time with Lila. How could you agree?
I thought you'd want to see her. If you don't want to, why don't you call and cancel? Lena, I've been waiting for this. I love you. Come here. Let's get to our hotel. I've been in touch with the lawyer. But, you know, it's more difficult in Naples. My wife's family may have money and status, but they're old-fashioned, even backward. They're going to make things very difficult for me. Very difficult. You're lucky to be dealing with the Orotas.
It doesn't make it any easier.
Oh, come and live here. Move as soon as you can.
I can't leave my children.
I'll take them.
You take my children?
Of course.
Pietro won't agree. We talked and planned, but you were there between us now like a shadow. I couldn't help remembering the trouble you'd got yourself in just to be with Nino, the risks you'd taken, even with your life. And I remembered that night in Ischia, when I'd left you with him so you could have a night together, and I'd gone to the beach with his father and slept with him. I felt revulsion. I didn't want to see you. Nino had to drag me to the cafe.
You barely returned my hug.
I watched your behaviour with Nino, but you seemed completely indifferent to him and only talked to me. I felt you wanted to reinstate yourself into every corner of my life. I resented it.
I saw that. I persisted.
Persisted? You forced us to accompany you to the Piazza dei Martiri.
Your old boyfriend Antonio had come back from Germany for Melina's funeral. I wanted you to see him.
No, you wanted to draw me back into the chaos of Naples.
I wanted you to know that you were still part of all of us and that we cared for you.
But you didn't care for Nino. When I walked into that shop with Nino, everyone made a point of ignoring him. Only his sister Marisa spoke to him, and not kindly.
Hello.
How you've grown! You're getting a moustache. Carmela!
Hi, Marisa. All well?
No, not really, Nino. Mama is very ill. Papa has become unbearable and we never see you. One would think you weren't actually living right here in Naples. Oh, I know you live in another Naples now. You don't care anymore. You haven't even said hello to your nephews. How uncaring you are, Nino, but then you always were.
Leave it, Marisa, will you? I've got troubles of my own.
It's always about you, isn't it? I'm going to talk to Lena. At least she's one of us. Lena! You'll come more often to Naples now, won't you? Oh, come and see us. Are you writing a new book? But you'll have competition with all the pornographic stuff written today.
Can I talk to you for a minute, Lena?
Yeah?
We still don't know where Pasquale is. We think he's on the run, but where? Can you help, Lena? You know important people, and you know what a good man my brother always was. If he hasn't already been murdered by the fascists, maybe you can help us find him. I'm so worried. I know Pasquale trusts you. Lena, you haven't really talked to Antonio yet. Carmela, come with me, please. Antonio.
Hi, Lena.
Oh, it's good to see you, Antonio. You haven't changed. Well, you have. I mean, I haven't seen you in such a long time, since... What I couldn't say was how intensely I remembered Antonio's body, pressed against mine by the ponds. How I remembered his smell. How I remembered the intense desire I felt for him, never satisfied. He stood there, tall and so lean.
We're proud of you, Lena. All of us. I read your book in German. You're known all over the world.
Now, don't exaggerate, Antonio. I haven't written anything for some time.
Admit it, Lena. You lied to me by the ponds. You always wanted him. You know very well who. The one over there, Nino. You led me believe you loved me and it drove me crazy.
I was a girl, Antonio. I didn't know... Look, I had to
Listen
go.
to me. If he ever hurts you, tell me.
Sure. Of course.
Don't laugh,
I
Lena.
don't think...
I spoke to Lila. She knows him well. She says you shouldn't trust him. We respect you. He doesn't.
Always you. I saw you on the other side of the shop, playing with Marisa's children, but observing us all and ruling over everyone. Marisa, Carmela, Alfonso, Enzo, and now Antonio. But I decided that you wouldn't exercise authority over me anymore. That phase of our friendship was over.
You thought it was.
The next day, I went to France to publicise my book. The two women publishers took me around to cities, small towns, and I found I could transform small private events into public reflections. I talked about where I came from, the squalor and the rages, how I'd watched from childhood, in my mother and in my friends, women's subjection to males. I talked about having to assume a male intelligence to be respected, and that I felt I'd been colonised by men's imagination and thoughts. I described the collapse I felt everywhere, the couple, the family, every cultural cage, as all things tried violently to assume new forms, forms that up until now would have been unthinkable. And between these talks, I called home and tried to talk to the children, who answered in monosyllables. I stayed in Paris longer than I intended. And then Nino insisted I meet him in Naples. Christmas was approaching. I kept delaying my departure, unable to tear myself away from the hotel room with Nino. I missed trains, and when I finally arrived in Florence in the early hours of Christmas morning, I found the house empty.
Hello?
Maria Rosa, sorry, but...
It's 3 in the morning, Lena. Where are you?
I've just come back to Florence. The house is empty. Has something happened? Is one of the girls sick? Pietro, I'm so worried. I knew you would have heard. What's going on?
Calm down. The girls are fine.
Where are they? Where's your brother? What's going on?
The girls are with my mother in Genoa. Adele decided it was better for her to take them where they can have a nice Christmas and let you and Pietro discuss your situation without them.
They're my children. She had no right.
Listen, come to Milan any time you want. And bring the girls. I'd love to see them.
Maria Rosa, am I wrong about everything? Will I be punished?
You have the right to lead your life, and you have a duty to continue to study and to write. We're all forging new ground. It's bound to be painful.
Why is it so easy for men? Nino will be at home now, spending Christmas with his wife and child and family, and I'm alone in this house and in the cold.
Well, Nino always manages.
I can hear the door. It's Pietro. I have to hang up. I'll call you again. Thanks. Pietro, how dare you send my children away without asking me? Oh, God, you stink! Are you completely drunk? I'm their mother. You ask permission before you do anything with the girls. You didn't even tell me. How could you let me worry like that? I didn't know what had happened. I've had enough of this, and you weren't even here to tell me the girls were fine. You were out getting drunk somewhere.
Oh,
Don't turn away. Don't you dare hide in your study. You sit down.
Are you finished?
I'm waiting for you to bloody say something.
I have work to do. You have your lover. You don't have time for the children.
We have to come to an agreement. I'll have the children during the week, and you can see them on weekends.
Where will you have the children?
I don't know. Somewhere. Milan, maybe Naples. As soon as I said Naples, Pietro jumped to his feet and raised his fist. He was a big man. I saw his white knuckles. No, don't hit me! You'll kill me! I raised my arms to protect myself, but he changed his mind and started punching the metal cupboard where I kept the brooms. Stop it! Stop it! You'll hurt yourself! We ended up in hospital after all. They had to put his arm in a cast. When we came back, I made us something to eat. It was Christmas Day. It's the best I can do. Happy Christmas.
And by the way, I didn't tell you. I called your mother.
What? You called my mother? Mm-hmm. My mother?
Well, someone had to tell her. I knew you wouldn't. I told her what you did to me.
How dare you? I would have spoken to her.
Really? And lied to her the way you lied to me.
Pietro, don't...
Well, unfortunately, I can't drive, as you can see. You'll have to drive us to the station. She'll be here in an hour.
Oh, Mummy, you look wonderful. I love those shoes. You look very stylish.
No thanks to you. Pietro, I'm so glad to see you. Oh, what's happened to you? How did you break your arm? You poor thing.
It's nothing. I bumped into a door.
Oh, bumped into a door, did you? I bet I know who made that happen.
Would you like to rest, Mama? It's a long trip. Oh, I'll rest when the two of you have made up.
Now, Lena, I want you to go to Pietro and beg for his forgiveness.
You have the most wonderful husband. No one can ask for a better man. He's educated, comes from a good family, he's intelligent, and look how you treat him. Go on, Lena, beg for his forgiveness. No. On your knees right now. Oh, you're a good man, Pietro. You'll forgive her, won't you? You're generous and you read books. Think of the children. Come on, Lena, on your knees.
Don't push me, Mama. I'm not going to do it.
What do you mean you're not going to do it?
It's pointless. I love someone else.
Oh, shut up, you whore. Oh. How dare you? Come here. You don't think I can hit you like when you were little? You wait and see. How dare you ruin your life running after Saratore's son when he's no better than his no good father? Oh, I thought it was Lila who was the bad one and led you astray. But look at her now. She's successful. She looks after her family. Look at you. Why didn't I break your legs when you were little? You have a husband of gold who's given you 2 daughters, and this is how you behave? You bitch, come here! I gave birth to you and now I'll kill you!
I felt she really wanted to kill me. And I remembered when your father had thrown you out of the window, Lila. But now it was because I was causing her such disappointment. She had to subject me to what she considered my good, something she had never had, and which, until now, had made her the most fortunate of mothers. She was ready to kill me, to punish me for this waste of God's gifts to me. And when she bore down on me violently, I pushed her back hard. She lost her balance and fell to the floor.
Oh, Mama, are you hurt? Leave me alone. Mama, don't touch me! Pietro, get out here.
Here we go.
You're not my child anymore. Your father doesn't want to see you and your siblings don't want to know you. Saratore's son will give you cramps. Oh. Syphilis, you'll see. Oh, God, I'll kill you. No, I'll die myself. I want to die, yes, I want to die right now.
My mother did not speak another word to me, and some days later returned to Naples. I called Adele.
Hello?
Adele, hello. It's me, Lena. I have to go to Paris, but as soon as I'm back, I'll come and get the girls.
Don't worry, you can leave them as long as you need to.
Dede has school.
I'll find a school for her nearby. I'll take care of everything.
I want them here.
Think about it, Lena. A woman with your ambition who's separated and has 2 children needs to take account of reality and decide what she can give up and what she can't.
Everything in that sentence bothered me. I went to Paris, and before returning to Florence, Nino and I found a few days together in the resort of Argentario. We spent the days walking by the sea, absorbed in each other in a way I'd never been with anyone before. We ate, we talked, we made love.
I'm writing a paper, but I'm having trouble. May I show it to you?
I'd love to read it.
It's quite complicated. It's about the Italcide factory and the production of iron in Italy. I write badly. You can correct anything you want, rewrite it even. You always wrote better than I did, even when we were at school together.
Nonsense, Nino. You were the brilliant student and still are. This looks fascinating. Let me read.
You know, I think I should tell you now.
What?
Well, it's just about the most shameful thing I've ever done in my life.
I'm sure it's not too serious. Do I really need to know?
Do you remember that article I asked you to write after your argument with the religion teacher?
Oh, the one that was rejected, yes, I remember that article. It was terrible.
Well, I was just a boy, remember that? But when I read it, I couldn't believe that someone could write in such a lively and intelligent way.
Well, that's lovely of you to say that. Thank you. That makes me feel so much better because I was so upset when you told me the magazine didn't have space to publish it. I understood they didn't think it was any good. It still upsets me sometimes.
The truth is that there was plenty of space.
Well, you didn't want to hurt me and tell me how terrible it was.
It wasn't published out of envy.
The editors were envious of me.
No, it was I who felt envy. As soon as I read your pages, I threw them into the wastepaper basket. I couldn't bear the knowledge that you were so good.
On the train to Genoa, where the girls were staying with Adele, I thought about Nino's confession. That article had been so important to me. I'd spent days and nights writing it. I tried to push it all away so that such an act couldn't reinforce what Adele had said about Nino's bad reputation in Milan, or your warnings. Eventually, I convinced myself that Nino's confession showed his need for truthfulness, and that for him, I had always been a girl out of the ordinary. I had everything I had ever wanted at last. I only needed to sort out the girls. I discovered this would not be easy.
Of course, Lena, you must stay here as long as you like. Dede, show your mother her room.
Come, Mama, I'll show you the whole house. It's huge.
Yes, it is.
And look at all these books. And from here, you can look at the sea. I sit here a lot. Do you want to see all my new toys?
All right, then.
I have even more toys than Dede, Mama. Come and see. And I have my own room, all to myself. You don't even know how to count, Elsa. And my toys are all grown up. Anyway, Mama, there's your room. I'm going to see Grandpa.
Why don't you stay with me a little? I want to talk to you both.
We have dinner every night at 7. And we can talk after dinner, Mama.
I've missed you both.
Grandma says we can go to school here.
Don't you want to come with me?
I do, as long as I can stay here too.
That may not be possible, Elsa, but we'll all be together.
Where?
Where? That was the problem. If I returned to Florence, wouldn't I abandon the girls as soon as Nino asked me to come for a few days? Or even when I had to go and promote my book? And then how could I live with Pietro? Find a flat on my own? I didn't have enough money to pay for rent, telephone, food. Could I ask Pietro to leave the flat when I was the one who had broken with him? I didn't dare say to my daughters, pack up, I'm taking you with me, but I don't know where. I stayed on. Adele remained courteous but distant. Guido, my father-in-law, discussed politics with me, or rather lectured me on politics.
Yes, the left is in difficulty, but the crisis of capitalism is deepening. Austerity will not be a cure-all, whatever the capitalists think. And the earthquakes. I see the one that just took place in Friuli as an image of Italy's fragility. And then there's this feminism. You're involved in all that stuff, aren't you? And so is Maria Rosa. But really, what is all that about?
Well, it's...
They're my lovely granddaughters. Now tell me, what is your name?
Dede. Elsa.
And your last name?
Erotta.
And what's Mama's name?
Elena Greco.
So is your name Greco or Erotta?
Erotta.
Good. Now, run off to bed, my dears. Sweet dreams.
Good night.
I'll come and kiss you goodnight later, girls.
I've heard that your break with my son is due to Nino Sartori, is that so?
Yes, Guido, it is.
A very intelligent young man.
I know you think highly of him.
Well, let's say I did. I don't like his most recent writings. He is, how shall I put it, fickle. Let's say he's a neo-capitalist.
I wouldn't call him that.
Well, it's difficult for any of us to orient ourselves in the chaos of the Italian crisis. And I understand that young men have a desire to act. But there's doing and doing. Oh, Adele, my dear, we've been talking about Nino Sartori. You see, Lena, you have to understand that Sartori is intelligence without tradition. He is someone who would prefer to be liked by those in power than to fight for an idea. He'll become a very useful technocrat.
I don't understand what you mean.
Perhaps Adele can explain it better. Good night, my dear.
My dear.
We'll continue discussing politics tomorrow, no doubt.
What did Guido mean when he said that Nino is intelligence without tradition?
He's no one. And for someone who is no one, to become someone is more important than anything else. The result is that Nino Sartori is unreliable.
I, too, am intelligence without tradition.
Yes, you are. And the fact is, you were also unreliable.
What does that mean?
It means I entrusted my son to you, but you didn't treat him honestly. If you wanted someone else, why did you marry Pietro?
I didn't know I wanted someone else.
You're lying. You always knew.
You're asking me to give you a linear explanation, but it doesn't work that way. And you spoke badly of Pietro yourself. You supported me against him. Were you lying?
I was on your side, but within a pact you should have respected.
What pact?
Remaining with your husband and your children. You were an erota. Your daughters were erotas. I did my best for you. I tried to help you to be a good mother and a good wife. But if the pact is broken, then everything changes. You'll have nothing from me. In fact, I'll take away everything I've given you.
Adele, I am Elena Greco, and my daughters are my daughters. I couldn't care less about the erotas.
It's only too obvious. You are Elena Greco. But the children are my son's daughters, and we will not allow you to ruin them.
Adele and Guido continued to demonstrate in every possible way that if I continued being concerned with myself alone, I had to entrust Dede and Elsa to them. I resisted and made plans to take them away, somewhere, anywhere. But then Nino would call and I would rush to meet him in some city, or I would be asked by my publishers to give a talk somewhere. As soon as I got on a train, I had to admit to myself that I felt a kind of joy. It seemed I had to get used to being happy and unhappy at the same time. Your words, Lila, kept echoing in my mind.
Think of the harm you're doing to your daughters. Yes, I said that to you. But you didn't want to think about me.
I wanted to be autonomous.
Is that possible?
I tried to get closer to my sister-in-law, Maria Rosa. She organised an event for me at a Milan bookshop. Franco and Silvia were still at her house, as was Silvia's son, Mirko. Silvia seemed to have recovered from being raped by the fascists, but Franco hadn't recovered from his wounds. And he had always dominated any conversation with his brilliance, now spoke little, and then with a kind of depressed melancholy.
Well, yes, we've had what can be called an objectively revolutionary period, but it's declining and blurring.
What? I don't agree, Franco. I think Italy is lively and combative now.
You think that because you're pleased with yourself?
No, I'm depressed, actually.
The depressed don't write books. People who are happy write. People who travel, are in love, talk and are convinced that their words always go to the right place.
Isn't that what words do?
Words rarely go to the right place. And if they do, it's only for a short time. Most of the time, words are for speaking nonsense. Like now in Italy. Or pretending that everything is under control.
You always kept things under control. Were you pretending?
We were all pretending. We wanted to enact a revolution, and we were pretending the whole time that we knew exactly where things were going. Good grammar, good syntax, an explanation for everything, logic. But the game's over.
You mean it doesn't work anymore?
It's so comfortable never to be confused by anything. No infected bed sores, no wounds, no dark room that frightens you. Except that at some point, the trick doesn't work anymore.
I don't understand.
Blah, 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 Lena. The meaning is leaving the words.
And he turned his face to the wall and didn't say another word. Why, Lila, did you come back to me that night? I called out to you. Don't just criticise me, my friend. Tell me what to do.
I telephoned you almost every day. I left messages with your parents-in-law. You ignored them.
You wanted me back in Naples.
It was inevitable, Lena.
The next day I returned to Genoa, and in the presence of my in-laws asked my two daughters, "Girls, I have so much work on at the moment, and in a few days I'll have to leave you again. And then again, and again. Do you want to come with me, or do you want to stay here in Genoa with your grandparents?" How could I have done that? Even today, I feel ashamed.
Well, that's a direct question, girls. And now it is for you to answer it.
We want to stay with Grandma and Grandpa, Mama, but you can come back whenever you want.
Good. That's settled then. When are you leaving?
I was peripatetic for 2 years. My new book was increasingly successful, and my first book was republished. I accepted all invitations to travel, and Nino joined me when he could. My publisher told me Adele had pressured him not to publish my book. He also told me it was because of her very few reviews had appeared in the Italian papers. I was angry, but it also meant that if the book had made a name for itself, it was because of its intrinsic value, not my connection to the Erotters. I owed Adele nothing.
During all that time, you never answered my calls.
You had never been out of Naples, not even out of the neighbourhood. I wasn't your appendage.
I had to call Nino to tell you, that Carmela had heard that Nadia Galliani had fled to safety abroad. Carmela wanted you to get in touch with Nadia's mother to find out if Pasquale had fled with Nadia.
Always the affairs of the neighbourhood.
But in your talks in all those bookshops, you used Pasquale when it suited you. When you needed an illustration for such abstract words as repression or revolution.
Nino thought these words were naive and avoided political complexity.
Well, Nino.
I never knew exactly who I was addressing. One night, I called those who killed Aldo Moro murderers, and I was told only fascists were murderers. Nino almost came to blows as he defended me. And then in 1978, Pietro was attacked. But it was impossible to know whether it was the Reds or black shirts. I hurried to the hospital and found him very cheerful. I noticed a young and very pretty girl sitting next to him. Her name was Doriana. She was a student of Pietro's and, it soon became clear, his girlfriend as well. That evening in Genoa, I told Adele I'd decided to move and take the children with me. I left them with you because I wanted Pietro to have time to get over things, but he has a new girlfriend now.
And you mind that? You're the one who left him.
I don't mind. She's charming and the girls have met her and like her. I now want some stability for myself.
And how are you going to find that?
I want to take a house and have the girls live with me. I'm thinking of moving back to Naples.
Naples? That's out of the question. You're much too self-absorbed to look after your girls properly anyway. And if you're talking about setting up with Nino, that's very dangerous. They're girls, after all, and Nino's a stranger. And Naples is a mess. I can't allow my granddaughters to grow up in that kind of filth. And who will you leave them with when you go off on one of your jaunts?
I'll leave them with whomever I like, Adele. They're my children.
I don't want my granddaughters to be left in the care of people who have no self-control.
You mean my mother? I suppose Pietro told you what happened when she came to Florence.
He hardly needed to tell me. I know what kind of family you come from.
You know, Adele, for so many years, I thought you were the kind of mother figure I always wanted, but I was wrong. My mother is a much better person than you. You see, Pietro told me about your lovers. You give yourself so many airs and think I can't bring up my daughters, but you're a hypocritical bourgeois hiding your dirt under an elegant carpet.
You really understand nothing. And you certainly don't understand what it means to give up a great love out of duty. You always seem so meek, but behind that pliable exterior of yours there was always an extremely vulgar woman who wanted to grab everything she could get. All the books you've studied have done nothing to improve you. I'll expect you to leave this flat with the girls before the week is over.
I left the girls with Adele a few days longer and went to Naples to speak to Nino. I wasn't planning to meet you because I didn't want you interfering in my life. I didn't even want you to know I was planning to return to Naples. I felt I should see Carmela, but first I met with Armando, Nadia's brother, to try to discover what had happened to Pasquale.
I loved your book, Lena. You must come and talk about it on the radio station I founded. It's very popular.
You're well?
Yeah. I'm still a doctor, and I'm also a member of the Proletarian Democracy Party.
Oh, and how's your sister?
That's all you want to know, isn't it? She's fine. She went on a long trip with her mother.
I see. And is she still abroad?
I don't really know. But why don't we talk about something else?
I wondered if you had any news of Pasquale. Carmela is very worried.
Pasquale? Why should I know anything about him?
Well, he and Nadia...
I'm really not interested in people like Pasquale. who have ruined what could have been a very positive political moment. Now, when can I interview you about your book?
I met Carmela in a cafe on the Via Duomo. I was fond of Carmela, her unhappiness, her devotion to her brother, her loyalty. I told her about my desire to live with Nino in Naples. She listened attentively, kindly, and then suddenly announced,
Lena, Lila's coming.
Oh, really? Well, I'm afraid I have to go.
Well, wait 5 minutes, Lena. Lila really wants to see you.
Really, I have to go.
Lila has something very important to tell you.
Why don't you? But you were there, coming into the cafe. You had taken care of your appearance, and you looked beautiful.
And you look like the kind of woman who lives in a nice house and looks after her clothes. So, Lena, you're thinking of returning to Naples, and you tell Carmela and not me.
I would have told you.
Your parents know? Your sister? No? Look, your mother's not well.
What's wrong?
She has a cough, but she won't see a doctor.
Carmela says you have something important to tell me.
It's not very nice.
Well, tell me quickly, I really have to go.
I asked Antonio to follow Nino.
What do you mean, follow Nino? Why?
Oh, where he goes. I did it for your own good.
I'll worry about my own good.
Fine. Don't have to tell you.
I saw an exchange of glances between you and Carmela. You had discussed this. You might as well tell me now.
Nino never left his wife. He continues to live with her. And because of this, he's recently been named the director of an important research centre. It's financed by the bank that his father-in-law heads. Did you know any of this?
No. No, I didn't know.
If you don't believe me, I'll go and see him and repeat every word I said in front of you.
I believe you.
Well, if you want, Lena, we can go, the three of us, and confront him and then settle things properly.
There's really no need. Then I saw another exchange of glances between you and Carmela, and I saw Carmela shake her head. Anything else I should know? I saw you hesitate, and I wondered whether you were waiting for me to weep and start screaming. I wasn't going to do that in front of you. I really have to go now. Goodbye. I confronted Nino. Eventually, he admitted everything.
I would never have lied to you.
He explained.
I'm sure he explained.
Eleonora, he told me, was unstable and had become suicidal. She once even threatened their son. He didn't love her, he loved me.
But
he begged me.
He talked and talked.
I raged. I insulted him in dialect. I hit him. I could have plunged a knife into his heart. This rage, Lila, the rage of my mother, of our female ancestors. What was I to do with it?
The rage of powerlessness.
I told him everything was over between us. I drove back to Genoa, picked up Dede and Elsa and drove to my sister-in-law in Milan. Maria Rosa welcomed me and the girls in the casual way she welcomed everyone who used the flat, and assigned us one big room. Franco was still living there. The girls loved their aunt and the freedom she gave them. She was wonderful with them, played with them, talked to them. Maria Rosa left every morning to teach at the university, and in the evenings she organised talks and lectures in her flat. The girls listened carefully to discussions of feminism, politics, and when Maria Rosa was busy and I was travelling, it was Franco who took care of Dede and Elsa.
Franco, come and find
Girls,
me!
leave Franco alone. He's tired.
Are you tired, Franco?
A little bit.
In that case, we'll be very, very quiet. Come on, Elsa, on tiptoes. 1, 2, 3...
Sometimes I look at them and imagine how they could have been ours.
They'd be a few years older.
Yes, of course, well...
What are you reading at the moment, Franco?
Nothing. I haven't picked up a book in a year.
I remember how you used to devour every book that came out.
What's the point? I know what's going to happen now.
No one can know that.
Really? Anyone can see that soon the real subject of revolution will disappear. I'm talking about workers, the working class. It'll cease to exist as an entity. The socialists and the communists will consume themselves in their own disputes over who is providing a crutch to capitalism, and in the end, the possibility, the hope of change itself will vanish. Things are as they are, we'll all say, and we have to adapt to it.
Do you really think that?
I do. But if you want me to take the opposite position, you know how good I am debating, I'll do that too. Communism is inevitable, the dictatorship of the proletariat is the highest form of democracy, and North Korea is better than the United States. Shedding blood is fine in some circumstances and not in others. Shall I prove that to you? Would that make you happier? I really am tired, Lena. I'm going back to my room. Do you mind?
I watched Franco limp back to his room and remembered the rich, educated, passionate young man of 15 years ago. Was it still him? Who was he now? I only saw the young man I'd known and loved reappear for a moment when my husband came to the flat to find out what I was doing and check on our daughters. We were in the middle of a row.
What do you mean I'm irresponsible?
The girls are living without any kind of discipline in one room with you. What kind of an upbringing is that?
Better than what they had before.
No, they need to be settled in a good school. They need order, discipline.
Fine, Pietro, you take them. You and Doriana can take care of them. See if she can do it better than I can.
Sorry, I heard shouting. Hi, Pietro.
Pietro's come to check on me. He thinks I'm ruining my daughters because I'm a woman who is divorced and who works.
Well, we've all been brought up with a rigid definition of the family, the couple, but is it correct? Where does it come from? Plato believed children should be indoctrinated.
I think that's a misunderstanding of Plato. It was rather a question of acquiring virtue.
Indeed, but the question is, should children see only one model?
Well, yes, no, that's not quite my point.
Pietro left, delighted with his conversation and confident the girls were in good hands. Although I hadn't told Nino where I was living, he found out and came to the flat.
Please, Lena, let me explain.
There's nothing to explain.
I've rented a flat for you and the girls. You could come tomorrow.
I see. Does that mean you've cleared up your situation with Eleonora? Are you doing what you always said you would do and leaving her?
You know I can't.
No, I don't know that you can't. I only see that you won't.
I told you, she's suicidal.
That is not my problem.
Lena, please. I can't live without you. You know that. I'll look after everything. The flat, the girls. We can be together.
We can be together as soon as you separate from Eleonora.
How can I explain? It's only by staying with Eleonora that our life together becomes possible.
That logic escapes me completely. That you can leave now.
I can't. You know that. I love you. But I can't leave her. I can't. How can I make you understand?
You're trying to make me understand that I should accept, by living with you in Naples, some kind of role as a parallel wife.
I want there to be truth between us. I came to tell you, I have to tell you that the reason I can't leave Eleonora is because...
Because she might commit suicide. You've already told me 100 times.
Because she's 7 months pregnant.
Get out. Get out! Get out!
Please.
Franco! Help! Help! Help!
What is it? You all right?
Throw this man out of here! By force! Please! Now!
Calm down, Lena. Come here.
Don't grab me, Franco! Grab him!
Oh, please, I was just... Quiet! Lena, come into the kitchen. I'll get you some water. Lena, I'm sorry. I was just...
Out!
Nino, actually, I think you had better leave.
Franco listened patiently, waited for me to exhaust myself, and only then did he start reasoning with me. He spoke fluently, with refinement, with his old, beautiful intelligence and calm.
Sometimes, Lena, it's best not to expect the ideal, but to accept what is possible.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. The usual male talk. The possible. What do you mean, the possible? You're talking like an idiot.
I understand why you're angry. Nino lied to you for 2.5 years. You're right, Nino is an abject being.
Exactly. Abject.
But...
There is no but.
Nino could have disappeared. Forgotten about you. Why did he drive all night from Naples to Milan to come and find you? Why did he humiliate himself? Why did he beg you not to leave him? It signifies something.
It signifies that he's a liar. He's superficial. He's incapable of making a choice.
Yes, all of that, but what if it also signifies that this man loves you? Seriously, loves you, and that's the only way he can see ahead.
Hello. Oh, Lena, you've been crying. What's happened?
Franco explained as I started to cry again. Maria Rosa seemed to be taking my side, as a woman, as a feminist. But then she surprised me.
It's no good being angry with Nino, Lena. Try to think about the situation. If you insist on Nino leaving Eleonora, now pregnant and already suicidal, you'll have to face the idea that your happiness will depend on the ruin of someone else. How does that feel? Imagine Eleonora, abandoned with 2 small children, fragile. Why don't you try to establish a relationship with her?
You really don't understand. And I thought of you, Lila. You wouldn't advise this kind of reasonable compromise. I knew what you would say.
I would have said to you, you've already made a huge mistake with Nino. Get out, spit in his face, free yourself.
But I was frightened. I didn't have your courage.
You learn courage.
Perhaps I didn't want to learn. I made no decision about Nino. I ignored his calls. But some weeks later, a decision was forced on me. Maria Rosa was leaving for a week for a conference in France, but the night before she left, she told me how worried she was about Franco. She felt he was very depressed. Maria Rosa was thin, anxious, and I saw it was because of Franco, whom she loved deeply and whose fragility she feared. Franco and I spent the evenings together. He didn't want to talk about politics, but about the time we'd spent together as students, about our walks through Pisa, how he had felt he could say things to me he hadn't said to anyone. And he let me talk about my anxieties, my new book, about Nino. I don't know what to do, Franco. All I know is I've signed a contract with a publishing house and I need to write. I still wonder if I should return to Naples. I don't know. I still love Nino.
Listen, Lena, if you love Nino so much and he's more important to you than yourself, then you should take him as he is, with wife, children, his tendency to sleep with other women, the vulgar things he is and will be capable of. Lena, Lenuccia, when does love end? It only ends when one can return to oneself without fear or disgust. Love.
You going?
I need to rest a little.
Franco, tomorrow I have an engagement in the evening. Will you give Elsa and Dede dinner?
Of course. Enjoy your evening.
I'll see you in the morning anyway. But Franco didn't come out of his room that day, and I reminded him through the door to look after the girls. I came home very late. The girls were asleep, but the kitchen was in a mess, which was unusual. I knocked on Franco's door. There was no answer. I knocked harder. I opened the door. The room was dark. I called him. No answer. I turned on the light. There was blood on the pillow and on the sheet, a large black stain that extended to his feet. Death is repellent. When I saw that body, which I had known intimately, which had been happy and active, which had read so many books and been exposed to so many experiences, yes, I felt pity, yes, but also repulsion. Franco, once saturated with political culture, ideals, full of generous purposes and hopes, Franco, with his beautiful manners and bearing, now offered a horrible spectacle of himself, as if all that was left was the hatred he felt for his own skin, his thoughts, and the brutal corner of the world that had enveloped him. After the funeral, I tried to get closer to Maria Rosa, but she wouldn't let me. Her appearance grew haggard, untidy. She was distrustful. She became hostile towards me, and the house slowly emptied of all her friends. She was angry if the girls made any noise, and she was even angrier if I scolded them to keep them quiet. I packed our bags. I put Elsa and Dede in the car, and we left for Naples.
In episode 1 of The Story of the Lost Child, the part of Lena was played by Monica Dolan, and Lila by Anastasia Hilly. Nino, Daniel Flynn, Pietro, Ferdinand Kingsley, Adele, Sylvestra Latouzel, Guido, David Collings, Dede, Grace Wingate, Elsa, Georgia Taft, Maria Rosa, Claudia Jolly, Carmela, Louise Calf, and Antonio, Hugh Kermode. Mother, Jane Whittenshaw, Franco, Simon Scarderfield, Armando, Josh Dillon, and Marisa, Sarah Markland. The Story of the Lost Child by Elena Ferrante was translated by Anne Goldstein and dramatised for radio by Timberlake Wertenbaker. It was directed by Celia de Wolf and was a peer production for BBC Radio.